Hello! In this video, I just wanted to show you a few things that you may not know or may not have noticed at Magic Kingdom to give you a few little things to scope out the next time that you're there. If you like this video, just click on the subscribe button and then click the little bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded so you don't miss anything. We have a lot of fun here on this channel. But let's get started right away with 7 things that you may not have noticed or knew about at Magic Kingdom. There are thousands of secrets and little hidden things in Disney World, and it could take hours to go over. So we're just going to concentrate in this video on Main Street and Liberty Square to pick out about 7 things that you may not have noticed there. And when you first walk into Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, you see this big flag flying right there in the center square. And when you start looking around at the tops of the surrounding buildings along Main Street, you see all these little flags that are also flying. There's tons of them. Now, you know, we are required to lower flags at night, take them down, and with the number of flags at Magic Kingdom, that could take hours and hours and a big crew of people to do. So look closely at those flags. They aren't actually flags. They're either missing a star, they're missing a stripe, something. They're a tribute to a flag, basically. So none of those are actually flags. They don't have to be lowered, they don't have to be taken down. So it's to give tribute to the flag and not have to do anything with it. This is the only real flag that flies there at Magic Kingdom, and they do a ceremony every night, taking that down and marching it down the street with a veteran. Also, if you look at those flags, you'll see they serve another purpose. Those are actually lightning rods to keep everyone on Main Street safe from all the thunder and lightning storms that we have here in Florida. When you walk through Magic Kingdom and look at all of the buildings, you're going to see tons of lightning rods everywhere. Just start looking for them. They are everywhere. But these are actually lightning rods disguised as flags. Now, walking down Main Street, if you look at the windows on all the buildings, you'll see that there's different names and words and things painted on them, and they all mean something. They're all Imagineer names or have something to do with the history of the park. There's all kinds of research you can do to find out who's who and what's what, but a couple of the more important names that you'll notice is right when you walk into the park, up front, there is up here on top of this building, it's Roy Disney's name, who pretty much basically came out of retirement when Walt died to make sure that Magic Kingdom was finished and became everything Walt wanted it to be and had dreamed it to be. And Roy's really responsible for a lot of the stuff in Florida. He died not long after Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World was set up, almost as if he completed Walt's dream and his work was done and moved on. But you'll see a lot of important names on there. You'll find different developers' names and things like that. It's really cool just to go through and see what you can figure out. Now, Walt always wanted to be the first one in the park each day and the last one to leave each day. So you'll see this window right here is dedicated to Walt Disney. It's put right there on Main Street. So basically, symbolically, it can be Walt Disney in the park before everyone arrives and also in the park after everyone leaves. And that's right there above one of the restaurants there on the end of Main Street. So take a look for that. Now, of course, when they were coming into Florida, Walt and Roy, and looking for land and trying to secure land and buying up land and all that kind of stuff, they really didn't want anyone to know that it was Disney buying the land. They didn't want it to be a big press thing or anything like that, or to people to gouge them for money. So they set up several fake subsidiary companies. And there's one window here you can see above the Crystal Arts building, and you'll see that it says it's got a bunch of names listed on there. It's for real estate investment, and you'll see all the names of like the Bay Lake Properties and Reedy Creek Ranch Lands. Those are all names of fake subsidiary companies that Walt and Roy set up to hide the fact that it was actually Disney buying up all the land in Florida. Now, a reporter did catch on to it and released the news, and that's how it kind of became public. Now this is something that a lot of people don't notice. If you walk down this little alleyway here off of Main Street and go to the very end, you're going to see over to the left up top there is a dance rehearsal and voice rehearsal studio. Now of course it's not a real studio, but to add atmosphere and stuff to that area, if you listen very, very closely, you can hear the feet tapping on the ground and the people giving instructions and the people running through vocal lessons. Listen real close to this. Now, over in Liberty Square, I don't know if many people know that the Liberty Bell that sits there is actually an exact replica of the real Liberty Bell. It was made from the same mold that our Liberty Bell was made from, and it was so it's kind of a sister to that. It was made just before the mold ended up just breaking and shattering completely. So it's the only duplicate. There won't be another duplicate made off of that mold. There are a lot of really cool things about the bell. You can see it up close and in detail, but one of the things that also sort of shows you that it is from the original mold is, look right here at the top at the words. Notice Pennsylvania is spelled incorrectly. Yes, they spelled it incorrectly. It's spelled that way on the real Liberty Bell also. So there you go, weird little thing about the Liberty Bell itself, as well as our Liberty Bell at Magic Kingdom. This is hard to miss, but it's still pretty cool. The flags surrounding the Liberty Bell are the flags of the original 13 colonies. So you can go around and see each of the flags of the 13 colonies, read a little bit about them on the plaques, and they sit right there in this cool little display with the Liberty Bell replica. Lots of historic detail go into the Liberty Square area at Magic Kingdom. You can walk around there and just see all kinds of little bits to history, but look at these window shutters. See how they hang crooked? Now, a lot of people going to Walt Disney would look at that and go, come on Disney, you've got the means and the money to hang some shutters straight. But they hung them crooked on purpose like that because back then in colonial days, they didn't have hinges. What they used for hinges were pieces of leather. And the pieces of leather would get worn and old and loose from the weather and stuff like that. And it caused, over time, the little shutters to droop. The very last thing I'm going to show is one of my favorites. Notice these little rocks that are here right in the middle of this paved area that completely doesn't look like it belongs there. Totally different surface. Well, in colonial days they didn't have indoor plumbing, so people would just gather their mess, I guess you could call it, and pour it out into the streets. And in the streets it would run down these little troughs where all of the stuff would go. And this is symbolic in Disney World of those colonial times of when people would do that. That's the little bathroom trough, basically. Now, if you follow these through the colonial area, they actually lead to the restrooms, which I think is very cool. Follow it to the bathroom, everyone. So there you go, 7 things that you may not have noticed about the Magic Kingdom. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell to be reminded when new videos are uploaded. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you again with the next video soon.